This wind and sun are disgrace.
It's only God's gentle breeze, Loretta.
Could you tell me, please, when we'll get to BEULAH land?
Well, now, we done got to BEULAH land, Miss Sarah. Everything that you pass until we get to the door, that's BEULAH land.
And I'm so looking forward to seeing Mrs. Kendrick. It's been too long.
Gracious sakes, MP. Mrs. Kendrick must be richer than ham-fat gravy.
Loretta, such thoughts shouldn't enter that pretty young head of yours.
Yes, ma'am. But I bet the whole city of Savannah could get lost on BEULAH land. How did BEULAH land get its name?
Cousin Leon settled BEULAH land in 1783. He got the name out the Bible, the book of Isaiah.
Is Master Leon a good master?
Master Leon ain't exactly no master yet, but that boy gonna be the master.
Leon! Leon! Lovey, you got the spoon out the bean pot.
You got it back. Don't worry me with them little things, Cook. I got stuff jamming my head.
You gonna have what's in that you let the beans boil.
Lovey, I heard you calling Leon. Did he answer?
No, ma'am.
Call him again.
Yes.
Cook, don't you let those beans burn.
No, ma'am.
Leon!
You bring that wagon around here.
Yes, sir. Not too fast, Leon.
There it is, children. Penelope, darling. Deborah, good to see you after all these years.
Lovely you look.
Oh, thank you.
It's been too long.
These are my nieces. This is Loretta, and this is Sarah.
How do you do, ma'am?
Oh, Ezra, I'd like you to run and fetch Master Leon, please. He's gone to look for the cows that got through the fence last night. You remember the cows?
Oh, them cows.
This is my daughter, Selma.
How pretty.
And this is Lovey, Ezra's wife. And this is their daughter, Pauline.
Pauline.
Shall we go in the house? You must be tired.
Yes, yes.
Come on, girls.
Hey, I think he got big whiskers. Hold him, don't let him go. Go up now.
My own son helping a young massa do bad. Shame on you, Floyd. And shame on you, Leon, especially you. Your mama out yonder waiting for you to greet the guests like a young gentleman should, and you in this water hole like a hog. Now, you gonna be the massa, boy, and I want you to start acting like a massa. You hear me?
You knew company was coming, but you deliberately ran off. For that, you will stay in your room the entire weekend.
With me.
What you got in mind, Master Roscoe?
I got in mind giving this boy the whipping he deserves. Just like any lazy nigger.
Master Roscoe, I don't think you should do that, no, sir.
Don't you tell me no, sir. He sneaked out the fields and hid his cotton bag, and he's gonna get whipped. Gooba, get him.
Master Roscoe, my boy was out on the field with the young massa. Young master come and get my boy. Now, if the young master say he got to be whipped, or if the missus say he got to be whipped, then you whip him, Master Roscoe.
You and the missus gonna turn this boy into a no-account nigger.
Master Roscoe, my boy is gonna sharpen every shovel, every axe, every hoe, every blade on the place, and then when the moon come up, I got more work for him, Master Roscoe.
You set yourself up between me and the mistress, old man. You regret it. This black snake is thirsty, boy. So stay out of his way.
Yes, Miss Loretta. You might say that BEULAH land is larger in acres than our plantation Oaks. But Oaks is all arable land.
It must be so exciting to be 18 and strong and just living on a huge plantation, knowing that someday you'll be the master of that land. All of it, and very rich. That must be just too exciting for words.
Would you care to take a stroll, Miss Loretta, and see the oak where they hung the runaway slave?
Oh, goodness, that's exciting.
Miss Sarah, you want to go too?
Oh, no, thank you.
Howdy. Do you want to dance? All right.
Hey, Leon! Leon! Floyd? You ate yet? Glass of buttermilk and a chunk of cornbread. Call that eating. I got turkey. I got dressing. I got cornbread. Everything them folks got, we got. Come on up. How I'm gonna climb with this platter?
Can I help?
Oh, Missy.
Hello, I'm Sarah. I saw you in the hallway. I'm sorry about your punishment.
I'm Leon. I'm sorry I missed your coming.
Oh, that's all right. I just feel bad because we caused your mom to punish you. I'll take the platter up for you.
You will? For God's sake, don't let nobody see you.
Now, I'm not mistaken. You're the late Mr. Henry's brother, Arnold.
Oh, no, fortunately not. I'm Felix. Arnold had the hunting accent.
Oh, a dreadful Deborah. For you too, of course.
For all of us. There's Benjamin. He was Arnold's closest friend.
Benjamin?
Yeah, there with Deborah and my wife, Nell. Hey, Edna, I was just telling Miss Penelope about your beautiful plantation, but she knows all about it. It seems that your Bruce and Barnard were bragging it up.
Bragging? Benjamin, you got to talk to those boys.
Oh, no, they weren't bragging. They're perfect young gentlemen. Why, they've already invited Sarah and Loretta over to the Oaks.
Pretty girls like your nieces are enough to make any boy brag, Miss Penelope.
Why, thank you, Mr. Davis.
I hope you like it. Bye.
Hey, Sarah. Thanks. Thanks a lot.
That's all right. Here it is. Listen. Thou shalt no more be termed forsaken, neither shall thy land any more be termed desolate. But thou shalt be called Hephzibah, and thy land Beulah. For the Lord delighteth in thee, and thy land shall be married. Well, I don't care if that is in the Bible. It sounds foolish. Thy land should be married? Really, I don't understand any of it. I do.
No, Master! No, Master! Please! Just a minute! Just more! Please, Master!
Miss Deborah! MP! Excuse me. That man! That awful man! He has a large whip!
Oh, that's the overseer, dear.
He was whipping one of those slaves something dreadful. Drawing blood.
You shouldn't walk so far afield, child.
But aren't you going to stop him?
Oh, now, Sarah, Mr. Coley has a job to do. We mustn't interfere with his work.
She's such a sensitive child.
You have no idea. Next summer, you and the girls will have to come and stay a full month.
Oh, lovely. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy to have met you. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Selma. I look forward to the pleasure of seeing you again.
Thank you.
Well, goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Oh, I'm sorry Loretta didn't come this time.
She wanted to stay in Savannah and see a very special performance. I don't know. I suppose a girl 19. Well, there's Sarah now.
Mother.
You always are, both late and sorry, Leon.
That's all right, as long as we don't miss the coach. Sarah, your things are in the carriage.
Thank you. Miss Deborah, in Leon's defense, I must say that he made an honest mistake in the time.
When he's with a charming girl like you, Sarah, I can forgive him.
Bye.
Bye.
Selma, Leon and I are going to ride over to Highboro to see them off. Won't you come along?
Thank you, no, Barnard, I can't. Goodbye, Sarah. Goodbye, Miss Penelope. Come again soon.
Goodbye. Goodbye, dear friend.
Leon, I noticed you've been putting in a lot of time with her lately, and I swear I apologize. The eggs.
Who? Who?
Loretta.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
She's pretty.
I'm telling you, Leon, at the right time and the right place, with the right kind of sweet talk, now that Miss Loretta, she'd be mighty good for what ails you.
What about Sarah?
Sarah? Well, Sarah's an angel. She's going to be a virgin till she's... I'm out of line on what I'm...
You just don't believe it, but I'm getting serious about her.
Well, I'll be a woodpile. Well, all right, if you... Since we're going to talk that stuff, I'm just going to tell you a little secret. I am flat out in love with your little sister, Selma.
You are what?
Leon, I've never felt such honorable intentions.
Do you mean to tell me that I might have old Bonner Davis for a brother-in-law?
Likely as not.
Come on, boy!
Mr. Coley, you don't know what you're missing, always asking for Lizzie. Well, that's like always asking for pecan pie for dessert. Don't you ever wonder what our peach cobbler's like?
No.
And every time you ask for Lizzie, you have to wait. Don't you ever get tired of that?
Yeah. But not that tired.
Roscoe, when did you get here?
Who's your fat friend?
You know I can't tell names.
He seems to know you pretty well.
All right. He's a banker. Generous man. I'm a working girl, don't forget.
Last time I was here, I had to wait for the Lord Mayor. Time before that, it was the president of the Cotton Exchange.
At least you're not waiting for some hayseed who never takes his boots off.
Waiting is waiting.
And work is work. But play is play. And I only love my Roscoe.
I don't like him.
There's only one way you can have me all to yourself, Ducky.
I'll have to do some thinking on that one.
We'll have plenty of time to think about it. When you and I go upstairs, people know better than to wait.
Miss Deborah? Deborah, love you. Is Miss Deborah in the kitchen?
Oh, she's in the house, sir.
Miss Deborah! Miss Deborah! Miss Deborah! Miss Deborah?
I'm in here, Barnard.
Miss Deborah, I hope you're in a good mood today. I have an important favor to ask of you. May I have your daughter Selma's hand in marriage?
Bernard.
I have formally proposed, and she has accepted.
God be praised. Selma, is that true? Well, I'm delighted. Lovey, a glass of wine for all our people. Miss Selma's engaged to be married.
That's such good news. God bless both of you.
Don't you move.
Don't shoot, Roscoe. It's me, Clarence.
Clarence, you fool. That was a holdup. You could have been shot.
Oh, my God, Roscoe. I just want to talk to you. I heard you was coming in tonight on the train, so I've been waiting here for you. I need to borrow some money, Roscoe, fast. They gonna kill me if I don't pay up tonight.
How much you need this time, Clarence?
I need 100, Roscoe, tonight.
100?
Now, this is the last time, I swear.
That's gonna have to be secured by a written note on your farm, Clarence.
I got it all wrote out.
Roscoe, what's going on here?
Just a minute, Lizzie. I'm just lending this fellow a few dollars, that's all.
I told you. I've got to go to the necessary house. I can't wait much longer.
We'll be home in 10 minutes. Mr. Clarence Anderson, it's my pleasure to present Miss Roscoe Corley.
You got married. And well, too. My pleasure, ma'am.
How'd you do?
My pleasure indeed.
There you are, Clarence. You're a fool with your money, but I can't help that. Good night, Clarence. Make this old mare step higher, Goober. I'm gonna own that fool's farm one of these days. A few others around here, too. Before I get through getting rich, even Deborah Kendrick's gonna eat crow.
I'm pleased Mr. Corley has taken a helpmate. I hope you'll be happy here through the land, Mrs. Corley.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure...
Excuse me, ma'am.
I'm sure we'll be very happy here. I hope that you'll call on us, Mrs. Kendrick, as soon as...
I'm afraid I'm going to be very busy. My daughter's getting married. Oh, Leon! Mr. Leon Kendrick, my son, Mrs. Corley.
Miss Kendrick?
Excuse me.
I think they sent us the wrong bull. It's not the one we bought.
Mr. Kendrick?
Formerly Mr. Jones of Charleston.
You're not going to tattle on me, are you?
Oh, Lizzie. Not if you don't on me.
So nice to meet you, Mr. Kendrick.
Loretta, what's the matter?
Nothing. Nothing?
Well, we were supposed to be asleep ages ago, and the train's going to leave at 8.
I don't want to go to Selma and Bonnet's wedding.
Why not?
Oh, I don't mean I don't want to go. I mean... Oh, Sarah! Oh.
Loretta.
Do you remember when we went to see The Merchant of Venice?
Yes, last week.
Do you remember the actor who played the part of Bassanio?
Yes. You mean...
Mr. Douglas Savage? Well, I've met him.
You did?
Yeah, do you remember when you and Aunt P went to BEULAH Land and I stayed home? Well, I met him then.
I got acquainted with him.
Well, I suppose you have a right.
Sarah, I've been seeing him. I've been going out after you and Aunt P was asleep and meeting him. But Sarah, the company's moving out in the morning. They're going to Atlanta.
Well, that's just as well then, isn't it?
Oh, you don't understand. I love him.
Loretta, it will pass. You will see. Now, I think you ought to get some sleep. We have a very big day tomorrow.
Oh, my God.
She fainted again. Lord, she keeps her sauce over here.
Oh, my God.
My sister has eloped with an actor.
An actor. Oh, God. Blessed end of an ill-fated day.
Ill-fated for us. Let us hope not for Loretta and Selma.
Oh, I pray not.
There you are, you poor thing.
Yes, finally.
Oh, Deborah, I'm so ashamed of missing the wedding.
Oh, we were worried.
Oh, it's been an absolutely dreadful day.
You must be exhausted.
Deborah.
Oh, it isn't that important.
Miss Deborah, something awful has happened to us this morning. The reason that we are so very late is Loretta eloped.
With an actor. Oh.
How awful. Here, let me help you into the house.
Let me dry my eyes. I don't want the bride and groom to see me this.
Afraid you missed them. They've gone over to Bernard's house over to Oaks.
Master Leon tried his best to wait up for you, but he done celebrated like it was his own wedding and had to go to bed.
Oh, well, I don't blame him, Lovey.
Sarah! Miss Sarah! Well, young man, what are you doing up so late?
I was waiting for you. I want to help carry your bags.
Well, how did you know my name?
Oh, we all know about Miss Sarah. I've seen you riding with Master Leon lots of times.
Oh, you have?
Excuse his manners, Miss Sarah. If you don't get in that bed, boy, I'm gonna skin you alive. Get in that bed.
Now, come on, honey. What are you... Listen. And you hear that? They're still celebrating. They're celebrating our great wedding of darkness and dancing and dancing and... Woo-hoo! Now we're gonna celebrate.
Barnard, please don't. Please.
And the first thing we're gonna do is gonna get rid of these old rags.
Your folks are gonna hear us.
What is the matter with you, girl? You're supposed to let me. Didn't anybody tell you anything?
You're drunk. You're crazy.
Now, Selma, you gotta stop playing these tricks on old Bonner here. Now, you gonna take them clothes off, or am I gonna have to take them off for you?
I hate you, Barnard.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to take them off for you. Selma! You can't do this to me and get away with it. Hey, you stop this. Trying to scream and get everybody involved in our private affair. Ah! I'm your husband. And you're my wife. And it ain't gonna do you any good to scream. Ain't nobody gonna interfere in this private matter between married folk. And this is our wedding night.
broke for good? I don't think so, Daddy. It just tightened a little more and ought to straighten right up.
Think so, huh?
Yeah. Oh, look, there's Miss Sarah and Roman.
Hey, Miss Sarah.
Morning, Floyd. Morning, Ezra.
The big old bush over there is dripping with berries.
Where?
Over there by that old live oak.
You and Master Leon going riding today?
Who taught you to say master instead of master like the others?
Miss Selma.
Well, now that Miss Selma won't be here anymore, who's going to teach you?
Maybe you.
Oh, you are naughty. You are so naughty.
Sarah!
Ezra! Floyd!
It's me, Sarah. It's me. It's all right. You're gonna be all right.
Miss Sarah said we should carry her to Daddy's cabin because it was closest. She looked like she'd been chewed by dogs, mistress. Nearest we could make out, she wasn't talking too good. She crawled away from the house, and Master Bonar had passed out.
Fell asleep, you mean?
Yes.
Ezra's gone for the doctor. Mama?
You have humiliated me and disgraced your family.
How is Selma this morning?
Better, I venture. She won't see anyone but Pauline. Pauline stayed with her last night.
Barnard must have gone completely mad.
I just rode over from seeing him a little while ago. He can't believe what's happened.
Well, I'm sure Selma can't believe it either. Leon, I hope you don't mind my saying this, but I just can't believe what your mother said to her yesterday.
Oh, I can. Mother's not someone you love or hate. Mother's someone you accept or leave.
Well, then you accept her.
I'm used to it. But Sarah, she likes you.
Well, she seems to, and I'm glad. But I wonder if she really likes me or just approves of me.
With Mother, I think they're the same thing.
Well, I think she approves of me because I'm a better rider than you. Black
Traitor.
Oh, all right. I'll be generous. I'll call it a tie.
A tie?
Miss Sarah, I made this for you. I hope it fits.
A ring?
Yes, sir.
Boy, that's real nice. Made from a horseshoe nail.
And it fits.
It's in honor of how she took charge yesterday when we found Miss Selma. Miss Sarah, the people here, we sure do feel kindly towards you, and well, we hope you'll pass a lot of time here in the days to come.
Now, Floyd, you wouldn't be putting into my business, would you?
Oh, me? How would I do that? Oh, look at me, don't let this thing get cold. Oh, what can I do for you folks?
I want to see my wife.
Miss Selma? Oh, she's sleeping right now, Moss Barnett. But I tell her you called on her. She's gonna be so happy.
Lovey, I want to see her now. I know I didn't act right, but I had my reasons.
Moss Barnett, please, she's just a girl. Take old Lovey word for it. This ain't a good time. You go up there now, sir, you're gonna do more harm than you does good. And you don't want that, sir, now does you? Give her time, just a little time. We gonna talk her around, Master Barnett. These here things, you got to let 'em heal. And then y'all be good as new, both of you.
All right. But you tell her I'm coming back here to take her home. You hear, Lovey?
Yes, sir.
You tell her that, Lovey.
Yes, sir, Moss, I tells her. I tells her, sir. Pauline? Pauline! You want to get yourself killed, John?
I'm not gonna let him hurt her again, Mama.
I think we should be getting back.
But why?
Well, Aunt P is depressed about Loretta, and I have to spend some time with her. And, well, we are going back to Savannah tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Well, we only came for Selma's wedding.
Some wedding.
It's such an intimate family problem. I'm sure your mother would like some time alone with it.
But I wouldn't, Sarah. Have you no idea how I feel about you? You're already engaged, and don't leave, Sarah. Marry me. I and Beulah Land need you. Say you will, Sarah. Please say you will.
I will.
You what?
I will.
You will?
Really?
You really
I
will?
will.
I've never even kissed you. I've always been afraid of offending you.
Well, I believe when one is betrothed, it is quite permissible.
Mrs. Leon Kendrick. Mrs. Leon Kendrick! Mr. and Mrs. Leon Kendrick!
There he is.
Just barely. Oh, Floyd, when a man's getting married, why does everybody try to get him all tired out beforehand?
A big day. This is the big day.
They kept me dancing almost all night.
And of course, if a man dances, he's got to have a couple of drinks. You know what time some of those fools got to bed?
3, 4 o'clock. Who do you think was hitching and unhitching the horses?
Oh, that's right. Oh, Lordy. They took Sarah away just before midnight. I'm supposed to see the bride before the wedding day, not till the wedding.
Yeah, bad luck.
So after that, I had a dance with the old ladies. Hey, Floyd, you remember that horseshoe nail ring you made for Sarah?
The one she lost.
She never lost it. I stole it.
Stole it?
When she took it off to wash her hands, I sent it off to be rust-proof and gold-dipped. Huh? Now, don't you say anything, huh, Floyd?
Leon, you something. And getting married to a fine lady, too.
Today! Yes! Whoa. Boy, I'm kind of scared, Floyd.
I guess everybody is.
You know where I'd rather be right now? Down at the creek, swimming.
Me too.
But I gotta spend the morning with the guests.
And I gotta finish this arch for the bride and groom.
I guess those days are gone forever, anyhow. Oh, Mother asked, could you hold off the hammering a little longer and still get the arch up in time for the wedding?
Reckon I can.
Hey, boy. Governor's sleeping late.
Yes, sir, Master Leon.
Well, it certainly is a lovely day for the wedding.
Yes, isn't it, Bucky? I was so afraid it was going to rain.
Easy.
Now, Bona, if Selma is downstairs.
She won't be.
If she is, you talk nice to her.
You can catch more flies with honey, son.
I waited 3 months for them to talk her around. I've waited long enough.
Now, you listen. Selma's brother is getting married. You're his best friend.
Easy.
He showed his faith in you by asking you to be his best man. Now, you just behave yourself. If Selma doesn't come downstairs for any of the festivities, you just pretend like you don't notice it. That.
Little Trudy here is in a delicate condition. She's about to bear your brother's child. This is no time for bad feelings. You've got to be a man about this thing, son.
The niggers are all there, but not us.
We were invited.
To the wedding only. If I'm not good enough for the prenuptial party and the wedding party, I'm not good enough for the wedding.
That's right.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered together here in the sight of God and in the presence of this company to join together this man and this woman in holy matrimony. It is not, therefore, to be entered into lightly or unadvisedly, but reverently, soberly, and in the fear of God. Leon, do you take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife? And do you solemnly promise before God and these witnesses that you will love, honor, and cherish her, and that forsaking all others for her alone, you will perform unto her all the duties that a husband owes to his wife until God by death shall separate you?
I do.
Sarah, do you take this man Leon to your lawful wedded husband? And do you solemnly promise before God and these witnesses that you will love, honor, and cherish him, and that forsaking all others for him alone, you will perform unto
Bonnet's
him
not paying attention.
all the duties that a wife owes to her husband until God, by death, shall separate you.
I do.
The ring, please. The ring, please. Say after me, please. With this ring, I thee wed. I now pronounce you man and wife.
You don't think
We don't have parties like this too often.
good old time? Oh, yes.
Your son has certainly picked himself out a fine young lady, Miss Deborah.
Thank you, Governor. Leon's not famous for his practicality.
Any more than his daddy was. Oh, well, you should know, Felix. He was your brother. So the boy has inherited his daddy's, what shall we call it, his relaxed ways?
Well, frankly, I've been a bit worried about what might happen when I'm gone, but now that Sarah's here, I know BEULAH is going to be in good hands.
Mary Lou, take this out to the table and come back to get the rest of them. Oh, it sure do my heart good to see Martha Leon getting himself tied to such a fine lady.
That's a fact.
You enjoying the wedding, Dorothy?
Ain't my wedding. Well, you at it. Just work is all. It's like any other slave would.
Dorothy, you with the governor.
The only one in my family still with him. He sold the rest so far away I never go and see him no more.
Oh, how come he didn't let you go with him?
Governor keeps me around for reasons. Ain't many places like Beulah Land, I reckon, but no matter how they treat you, you still just a nigger, ain't you? Still just a slave. Still just nothing.
Look at Bonnet just standing there. He's still got Selma on his mind.
He ought to be dancing. I told him that, but he wouldn't listen to me.
Thank you. You know, Miss Deborah, I keep hearing that you're bending the law by teaching the niggers how to read up here in Beulah Land.
It's a bad law, Governor.
That may be as it is. But I'd be mighty embarrassed if come election time, some of my opponents found out that I, as governor, knew about this and didn't put a stop to it.
Well, instead of being embarrassed by it, Governor, why don't you tell them that we get more work out of hopeful people? But they never run away. They've taken to reading the Bible, and we don't have to use the whip nearly as much as some do.
Let's just hope we don't have another Nat Turner on our hands, Miss Deborah. This is one of the finest wedding parties I ever attended. It was a grand wedding party. You can be proud. Great. Fabulous. Good night.
Selma! Selma!
It's Barn. Please come quickly.
What happened?
I don't know. Miss Moses.
You coming home with me? You open this damn door. I don't want you. I want my wife.
Go away.
and never come back. Miss Selma doesn't want to see you no more. Ever.
Donald?
Son.
Donald, hey, hold on. You come on and take a little walk with me now, huh?
Come on, son. Everything's going to be all right.
Come on, upstairs.
You took Val! On your husband! You hear me? You get out of here right now! And don't you say that damn nigger! Be your own man! Stella!
Oh, my. What happened?
Don't you worry, Sarah. He'll be all right. What's wrong? He'll be all right.
Come in, all of you. I understand you whipped Skeeter yesterday.
I thought we were going to discuss the boy.
We will discuss what I wish to discuss.
I had hoped the master would be here.
Mr. Kendrick is not here, but I am here. Did you whip Skeeter?
I did.
I sent word to you that I do not approve of whipping.
That's true. But you did not forbid it.
It was my hope that you would honor my preferences. However, since you do not, I now strictly...
Slaves are like children. They must be punished or discipline will be destroyed.
If there's ever a serious breach of discipline that you feel justifies corporal punishment, you ask permission of Mr. Kendrick or myself.
Unfortunately, Miss Kendrick, Mr. Kendrick is often in Highborough or elsewhere when these situations arise. And his mother is bedridden and not always available for instructions.
I have been here over a year, Mr. Corley, and you still do not seem to acknowledge my authority. I have been patient, Mr. Corley. From now on, there will be no more misunderstandings between us. Now, to the boy. I understand that you went to the school this morning and ordered Roman into the fields.
Roman is a slave. He is old enough to work in the fields like the other slaves. It is causing me problems for him to be singled out for preferential treatment. And it is causing the other slaves to laugh at his father and resent him.
Let me remind you, he is my slave, not yours. I will decide what work he will do. You may go.
Everybody, come on. I will wash my hands before dinner.
That's real nice.
May I interrupt for a short spell, Selma?
Certainly, Sarah. Children, it's time to go back to your chores.
Roman has been such a good student, and he has such a remarkable potential for learning, that I think he'd be wasted in the fields. So I wanted to ask you if he could be yours and Pauline's assistant in the school from now on.
Of course. Starting tomorrow.
Thank you, Miss Sarah. Miss Selma.
An exceptional boy. His mother must have been someone very special.
Not at all. She was black as coal. Easy as pie with men. And her no caring for color.
Black is cold. But I thought she'd have some white. Or mixed. Gooba is stark black. Now, what are you saying? Isn't Gooba the boy's real father? Well, then who is?
It happened a long time ago, Sarah. And the plantation men are used to having their way.
No wonder Gooba treats that boy like dirt.
Gooba was influenced into marrying Clovis.
You mean to tell me that some white man came here to Beulah land and just had his way with that girl and walked away from her?
It happens all the time.
Was he a guest? Did we conduct business with him? Then I'll ask Miss Deborah.
Mama would only lie to you.
Oh, that's Leon.
Sarah.
What?
You don't want to know.
Why didn't you tell me about Roman? Everyone else at Beulah land seems to know but your wife.
No one would dare mention it.
I'm your wife.
It had nothing to do with you, Sarah. We are married. I love you. We have a life together. What happened in the past has nothing to do with our marriage.
But he is of your blood and is treated cruelly because of it. Have you no feelings? You could at least provide for him.
Stop it, Sarah. You are not in Savannah now. This is a plantation. These things do happen. You're beginning to sound like my mother, the mistress of Beulah land. I would have sold that boy a long time ago. But my mother prohibited it. It was to be a reminder of my indiscretion as a gentleman. More because I embarrassed her before the people than for any real compassion for mother or child. This is the same woman who forced me to look at my newborn boy, covered in his dead mother's blood.
Leon, I'm sorry. It's ugly. But we should have no secrets between us, not between us.
A southern lady would never mention such a matter to her husband.
I was hoping you'd come to the cemetery and help me weed the graves, Deborah.
Edna, I just don't feel right. All through here. Doc gave me some stuff to take, but it doesn't have any effect.
Well, I'll weed your Arnold's grave same as I'll do for my Benjamin. You know, it's almost a year since he died. I do miss him so much.
Oh, Sarah, Edna's gonna weed the cemetery. Could you get us some fresh cut flowers from the garden?
Oh, no, Deborah, I'm not that old. Thank you anyway, Sarah. Feel better, Deb.
Sarah, come sit by me. Would you wind that yarn for me? Sarah, I may be acting like I'm failing, but I still know everything that goes on here at Beulah land. I've been noticing Leon. He can't keep an emotion to himself. You haven't exactly been... What's wrong?
I've found out that Leon is Roman's father.
Oh, I was furious when it happened. Leon was just a boy. Sarah, I was hard on Leon. I was afraid he'd be like his father. Arnold was a good man, but he was weak. I had to be his backbone. Because of it, I received rather an uncomplimentary reputation. Doesn't matter. First it did. Then I realized the only thing that mattered was to keep Beulah land thriving. It's what kept Arnold and me together. What filled my life. My only wish now is that Leon he must accept the responsibilities of Beulah land. I gave him discipline, not love. Will you help him?
I love Leon. I knew what you meant about Beulah Land from the moment I came here as a child. I will not let either of them down. I promise you.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yes, Roscoe, what is it?
I'm sorry to disturb you this early, Mr. Kendrick, but could I speak to you a moment about the North Field?
Why, of course.
Good morning, Miss Kendrick.
Good morning, Roscoe. Good morning, Floyd.
Morning, Miss Sarah. Master Leon.
I'm having a problem with this boy, Mr. Kendrick. I told him to sharpen 10 scythes for the boys to cut the corn stalks in the North Field. He claims he got orders to sharpen the discs for that field.
Mm-hmm.
Just a moment, please. Are you talking about the North Field?
Yes.
We're not cutting the stalks in the North Field. That field is going to lie fallow for a year. I distinctly told you, Roscoe, that in view of the skimpy corn we got out of the North Field this year, we are going to plow under the old stalks and let the field lie fallow for a year.
Mr. Kendrick gave orders for those stalks to be cut.
Yes, Sarah, dear. I thought that field could be worked more easily in the spring if it were cleared.
I'm sorry. If Mr. Kendrick wants the field cleared...
No. Your idea does seem better, really, Sarah. I mean, to let the field lie fallow.
Anything else?
I would like permission to punish a slave for insubordination.
For what? For questioning the wisdom of cutting the stalks? Now, if there's nothing else...
Thank you, Miss Kendrick. Mr. Kendrick, I do hope your mother is feeling better these days.
Leon,
Why did you have to do that to me? Why couldn't you just let me handle it? Even if it was wrong. You make me into laughingstock and in front of the slaves?
Leon, I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Wrong! You weren't wrong, and you know it. Now you treat me like a child. Don't you think I know who's running Beulah Land? Every time I try to be the master, I turn out to be the fool. Well, if that's the way it's to be, so be it.
No, Leon!
Yep. Marvelous show. Shakespeare's comedies have always been my favorite.
It was a lovely evening.
Well, but I like the tragedy too.
Oh, well, good evening, Mrs. Cunningham.
Loretta, there's a gentleman here, a Mr. Leon Kendrick, who says... Leon? Should I have him wait? Leon? Oh, Leon! Oh, my lamb, my brother, my dear friend. So where is Sarah?
Why, Beulah Land, of course.
Of course.
Oh, she keeps us mighty busy.
With the children, am I right?
No children, I'm sorry to say. But it's been 3 years, and Mother is not well, and she has assumed most of her duties.
Oh, dear Sarah. She must be in her element, mistress of a great plantation.
I do take care of the outside interests, purchasing, banking, traveling, and so on.
Traveling. Well, luckily for me. Sorry.
Loretta, you have become a beautiful woman.
Leon, you have become a strong, vital, and handsome man.
I do hope I have the pleasure of meeting Mr. Savage.
Mr. Savage is no longer with the company.
And this woman, this awful woman, what was obviously the real Mrs. Douglas Savage. I had the papers to prove it. And this sniveling, disgusting rat she had with her. I'm not overly fond of children. Was his daughter.
Did you weep? Did you faint?
Oh, I wish I'd thought of that. Oh, I think I had too much of that delicious wine. Anyway, I go by the name Mrs. Loretta Savage. Because in the theater, respectability of the marriage appellation is so important.
Loretta, you are wonderful. This past week is...
Miss Sarah? She was a good woman. God bless you, ma'am.
Sarah? Selma, I'm sorry. Your mother...
I know, she's dead. You're a good person, Sarah. I'm sure that you see she has a fine funeral. I won't be there. Good night, Selma.
When you return to Beulah Lane, as I know you must, promise me not to tell anything that'll hurt Sarah.
No.
We couldn't help ourselves, you and I. This was just meant to happen. But I still love my sister. Promise me not to tell anyone Mr. Savage is no longer with me. I don't want to be thought of as an abandoned woman and pitied.
Mm-hmm.
After all, as an actress, I still have my reputation to maintain.
Mm. Sarah! What has happened?
She wanted to see you. She called for you.
Mother?
Yes. We all prayed you'd get here in time.
I should have been here. Forgive me, Sarah. Forgive me for not being here.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
This is a sad occasion. I've asked your master and your mistress to bring you here so that you'll all be together when you hear the news. Miss Deborah has asked me to make out these papers, which she signed before she died, giving you all your freedom.
Freedom? Freedom?
Freeing slaves in your will is against the law in Georgia, and Miss Deb knew it.
That's true, but...
We can't tell anybody or use these papers unless we leave the state. So unless we want to leave our families, it doesn't mean a thing. Not a thing.
Nonetheless, I want you to sign these papers. And please don't destroy them. You may not want them now, but someday they may be very valuable to you.
Yes, sir. Master Felix.
That sermon this morning, magnificent. Can you imagine the children of Israel wandering through the desert 40 years, the Lord raining manna from heaven? Moses should have prayed for some of this fried chicken.
Oh! Missy! What is it? It's your sister, Missy? Loretta? Yes, ma'am. Here? Oh! Her carriage right outside. She here.
I suggest everybody dig in while there's still something left. Actors don't usually come home unless they're hungry.
Retta! It is you. It's really you. Oh, how beautiful you are.
I'm afraid I am.
Well, where's Mr. Savage?
Mr. Savage's whereabouts are unknown to me.
Oh, he's abandoned you?
Sarah, can I stay? I have no other place to go.
Of course. Oh, don't you know Beulah Land is your home? Leon is here, Barnard is here, so many old friends.
Oh, Sarah, I couldn't possibly see anyone now. I feel so travel-worn. If I could just wash up, you know.
How long is Miss Loretta planning to stay in these parts?
Well, until she has her child, and then as long as it is convenient for her. Mr. Savage has gone to Europe with the Shakespearean Company, and of course my sister's in no condition to travel, so...
They must have an exciting life.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Well, I would.
Oh, Trudy up there on the stage, man alive.
I'll bet Miss Loretta's had some mighty interesting experiences these last few years.
I most certainly have, Mr. Barnard Davis.
Miss Loretta.
Felix, how nice. And Nell, how are you? Oh, there he is. How fine you look, my dear Leon.
Welcome. Welcome to Beulah Land, Loretta.
Sarah told me about your mother. I am so sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Bruce, all grown up, my. This must be...
This is Trudy.
Trudy, how very nice to meet you. Oh, Sarah, it's so good to be home. The world is wide, yes, and fascinating. And you are so right, dear Barnard. It has provided me with some most interesting memories. And I'd be delighted to share those memories with you at the proper time, if you'd like.
I'd like that very much, Miss Loretta.
But there's no place, absolutely no place like home. Sarah, do you know what? I am famished.
Love you, piece of chicken.
Thank you.
Slim boy! Come get this item. I rode him hard. You see, he gets plenty of water.
Yes, sir. Leon? Come on, sit with me. I'm all alone. Sarah's gone with Ezra to tend to one of the ailing slaves. I swan needs been education being here this past few weeks, seeing all she does.
I really must go, Loretta.
Oh, Leon, your voice bristles with fear. Not at all the free and happy cavalier you appeared to be when we met in Charleston. Why you been avoiding me? You scarcely spoke a dozen words to me since I came.
Am I the father?
Of course you're the father, fool.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to make me feel welcome. I want you to treat me with respect. The same respect with which you treat Sarah. After all, it is I who am giving you a child and not Sarah.
Don't talk like that about Sarah. She is the dearest woman.
And barren.
Why we don't have a child is our business, not yours.
I choose to make it mine.
That's your concern, Loretta.
That means I'm free to tell Sarah.
If you want to destroy her happiness,
Is she happy?
I believe she is.
Not merely busy? Leon, don't you understand how lonely it is for me?
Keeping you from loneliness seems to be a job Bonnet has undertaken.
You'd noticed.
I venture he's doing quite well. I also noticed the calf's eyes you make at him.
You are jealous? You are jealous? Admit it, sir!
I bid you good night, ma'am. And if you don't like me, then leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry. I'll drink.
Well, shiver me timbers! If it isn't Mr. Jones of Charleston. Come have a sit with me, Mr. Jones.
Why not, Mrs. Coley?
Nothing to worry about, Ducky. Roscoe's with his Lucille.
Lucille?
His nigger girl. Seen those cafe au lait boys around slave quarters? I'm talking about Jubal and Alonzo, his mulatto sons. Still, I don't care. The more time he spends with his slaves, the less he beats on me. Come sit with me, Leon.
Oh, I better not, Lizzie, honey. If I get off this horse, I'll fall down.
It's so boring here. I'll go back to Mrs. Allendale's in a minute if she'd take me.
She'd be lucky to get you.
It's not so, love. She's got no roost for pigeons like me. It's tender squab only for Mrs. Allendale. Still, my basic skills are undiminished. I'd be happy to stand treat for an old friend.
Too close to home, Lizzie. But I'll keep it in mind.
I'll be here. Unless I'm not.
I go to some other. Put up my stairs. Long way from home. Hey, I'll be all right, Floyd.
Sure you will, Mr. Leon. You maybe had a little drop too much of that white light.
Call and squeeze. Long way from home. If you don't like me, leave me alone. Just leave me alone. I bet you I'd be fine now. Maybe I can't do some things. Maybe I can't make my wife happy. Maybe I can't indeed be the master. But I don't want any niggers putting me to bed.
Oh, Floyd. Floyd, he... Leon, you're wrong. You've hurt Floyd. Please, I don't want you to do this to yourself. I need you. Beulah Land needs you.
Beulah Land need me. What for? Beulah Land has you. You don't even need me. You have Floyd. It's so bad about Floyd being black, isn't it? One of God's jokes. God said, Leon, you're white, so you be the master, even if you don't know how. And Floyd, you're the nigger, so you gotta be the slave. Even if you gotta have a master like Leon.
I'll help you. I'll be by your side. You can be anything you want to be. Fred. Fred.
What's the matter with her? She's crying more than usual.
She's hungry, Miss Sarah. Ally went to fetch Fedora for to feed her.
Where's her mother?
Oh, Miss Loretta, she done gone ride with Moss Barnard again.
Hey, excuse me. Good morning. Miss Sarah, I believe the table is repaired. If you would like to take a look at it at your convenience.
I'll come right away. Change in humidity from here to England made it crack. I don't suppose it'll ever be the same. Floyd, thank you for your help last night.
It's all right.
Where is it? It's disappeared. How did you do that?
I clamped it together.
Where?
Well, I made a little metal piece for underneath him. Well, you can't see it.
Oh, is this it?
Yeah, that's it. 2 bolts and a little metal strap, right?
Floyd, come on, got something to show you. Miss Sarah, you and Floyd, come on. Come on, quick. Oh, I got something to show you. Master Leon.
What's the matter, Mother? What's wrong?
Look at that. Just look at that. Oh, see that? That's exactly like I done you two. You on one side and Floyd on the other. You see that, Floyd? You and Master Leon milk brothers. And y'all dancing forget that, huh? Y'all was the hungriest two I ever see.
My son got a hankering for somebody he can't never have.
Leave me be, Daddy.
Floyd! You got the devil's secret in you, Floyd, and you gonna break your mama's heart, boy. You heading straight down to eternal fire, Floyd, and you gonna drag us all down there with you just as sure as I'm standing here.
I love you, Daddy. Tell Mama I love her, too.
No, ma'am, I never guessed he was even thinking of leaving.
He didn't think about leaving. He just left, that's all. Like that. Something must have happened to that boy.
That nigger Floyd took a horse that belongs to BEULAH land when he left in a very expensive saddle.
No.
If I am not allowed to go after him and bring him back and punish him, it will be impossible for me to maintain discipline among the slaves.
No, it's not as bad as all that. Sarah, I was taking a little ride last night, and I ran across Floyd, leaving on foot. near my place. He wouldn't tell me why he was leaving. Just that he had to leave. Good enough for me. He's free, you know, since Miss Kendrick's death. Well, I didn't like the idea of a good man like Floyd traveling on foot like a bindle stiff. So I gave him a horse. Saddle, a few dollars.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
It is my impression that that horse belonged to BEULAH land, not to you, sir.
Mr. Kendrick is my husband's beloved uncle. He is my attorney and my friend. He can give away anything he likes.
Your overseer has bad manners.
Unfortunately, I have to be proud of your son. He must have had a strong reason or he never would have left us. He's a good man. And someday he'll come back. We will all pray for him.
Oh, thank you, Miss Sarah. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, God bless you. God bless you.
I'm going off with Barnard.
What are you saying? Barnard is married to Selma.
You call that a marriage? You can't even get into her bedroom.
You can't just go running off in the middle of the night with a married man like some harlot.
Stop it. Don't you hurt me, Sarah. Barnard loves me. I'm entitled to some happiness. I've been hurt so much already, so don't you try and stop me.
Try to stop you? My dear sister, I will help you leave. It is good riddance.
Oh, you are cruel.
I'm cruel? What about Rachel? Have you forgotten you have a child?
No, I have not.
What are you? Don't you care what happens to your child?
I have a child that you couldn't conceive.
What do you mean?
She's Leon's child.
Leon's child.
With you, he felt weak and uncertain. Well, not so with me. So call me what you will, dear sister, but she's Leon's child. And I'm giving her to you. That Leon's child is yours.
Get out. Get out!
Sarah, what is it?
Don't you touch me! Ever! Loretta! God knows how many others! All those nights I tried to understand you! Trying to help you! Thinking it was me! It was my fault!
gonna have a moment now.